on the YouTube and the Facebook. Leave a comment, say hello, although I won't be able to see them till after, because I'm just going to be talking and playing a bit. So over on the Instagram I did a very quick tour of some of the gear in the little makeshift studio, which is up the stairs in the wee house in Ullapool. So I can just quickly go through some of that. It might be of interest and it doesn't take long. So first of all, I've been using this for tracking fiddle today. This is a modified Rode Nt5. The modification is the capsule, which was made by a guy, Michael Jolie, out in California, who I have a few microphones of his, and it's quite good. You basically just unscrew the original capsule, unscrew in the ones that he's made, and it makes it a half decent microphone into a really good sounding. It's kind of equivalent to a Neumann KM84 or something in terms of the tone and the colour. It's really good. Mentioned on the Instagram too that I used it for the recording of the Live in Iona EP with Innes Watson a few years ago, so they're really good mics. So using that, this is the MacBook Pro running Logic, which is what I've been using for 10 years now, since the original Decemberwell. That was when I first got a MacBook and Logic, so starting to get the hang of it now. It's a steep learning curve and you find something new out all the time, but it's really powerful bit of kit. Here is a wee Midi controller. It's just a keyboard that plugs into the laptop via USB, so I'm using that for coming up with wee ideas, as you'll hear in a minute. These are great headphones, reference headphones, Audio-Technica R70X, which I use for checking mixes. Use a woolly hat in case you go outside. This is an Arturia Midi controller. It's not plugged in because it doesn't need to be at the moment because of the 88 key thing. And I'll move to the back of this space, try and not kick out cables as I go, but this is a Universal Audio Apollo X4, which is the sort of it's the audio interface, is the kind of centerpiece where all the audio goes in and all the digital goes out, basically. It's got 4 balanced inputs, and it is currently feeding these iLoud, I think they're MTMs they're called, just nice set of fairly inexpensive studio monitors. They come with a wee microphone, which means you can calibrate them to whatever room you're in, which is really handy. I've yet to do that in this space because, well, I only just got set up yesterday, really. Then we've got a couple of things which I haven't used yet, but you never know. Well, I've used them in the past, just not on the Decemberwell 2 days yet. This is a Lyra 8, which is a very interesting synth from Russia. It's got a mind of its own, hard to control, but really good fun. You can get some mad sounds. Then we've got a Micro Freak, which is from Arturia. It's a wee kind of digital synth. It's quite good fun too. And then this I love is a wee Korg Monotron, which is just a little 20 quid analog synth. Hugely fun. It's like a mini version of that. It's got a total mad mind of its own. You can get some really interesting sounds. More headphones, the DT770 Pro, which you see in studios everywhere. Closed back headphones for tracking, and then this I've had for 10 or more years. It's a Zoom H4n, which is great for going out and about and getting field recordings, samples and things like that. So all the samples on in the Wake of Neil Gunn record were recorded using this. There might be samples on Decemberwell Decade. I do not know yet because it's all in process. Here's my pen. It's also a torch. That's not very interesting. And I'm just talking. And then this is the Mike Fast signature Taran tenor guitar from Rory Dowling. It's an absolute beauty. Whether or not that features on the album, I don't know yet, but it has featured on lots of other tracks over the last couple of years. This is my fiddle, which I'm not playing on the record, but I'm using for coming up with ideas and using the microphone to capture all that, and my bow. And I think that is everything. I'll actually put the fiddle away so I don't sit on it. So yeah, I think we're live, hopefully. I can't tell. Anyway, yeah, so yesterday I spent a bit of the evening after I'd done the live stream working on an idea, so we're all hooked up, so I'm just going to I'm just going to play you some of the, get rid of the Facebook. I'm just going to play you the two ideas I've been working on at least a bit. Yeah, I think we're still working. Okay, so the first thing, I just kind of had this little, I was going around a wee pattern on the tenor guitar. It's just a quite a simple wee thing. It's like a wee A minor chord and then a sort of C, an inverted C with a G on the bass, and then it's only got 3 chords. The other chord is a sort of B flat 5, and that's it. That was the whole idea, and I just kind of have built it up a wee bit from there. So let's see. I'll play it from the top and. So I'm just recording on the iPad, so you're not getting like proper audio, you're just getting what's coming out of the speakers into the iPad. If I figure out as the month goes on how I can actually get you the feed out of the interface, that'll be really good, but for now you can just have a wee listen to this. And I'll try and sit and not look too awkward. So you get a wee taster of that. So some of it is real instruments, as you can tell, the tenor guitar and the fiddle, and some of them are just Midi instruments within Logic, so they don't sound great, but they're going to be replaced by real players at the end of the month. So there is going to be trumpet on the record. I'm really excited to have Philip Cardwell playing on it. Philip played on my Save As Cam record a couple of years ago. He's an amazing musician and brilliant trumpet player. So so there we go. That was idea number 1, a little taste. And I am going to open idea 2 and just let you have a wee listen to that. Here we go. So I'm not sure what this is. It's maybe a kind of blizzard or something, but I love doing these kind of ricochet pizzicato arrangements where things sort of bounce around the stereo field and interact with each other in weird ways. So this is a piece in 9/8, but the stresses are in a funny place. I first tried that on the very first album, String Theory. There's a kind of 9/8 thing that goes, so it's not your kind of, it is 9 quavers, I think, but the stress kind of moves around, so I wanted to play around with that idea. So some of the bits are kind of in that weird 9/8, some are in regular 9/8, and some bits are in 4, and it all kind of interacts in a bit of a mad way. But I'm going to let you have a wee listen to this. There's going to be double bass on the album. This is just MIDI double bass on Logic. And the fiddle playing's a bit out of tune, but don't worry, it'll be fine on the final. On the final thing, it'll all be pristine, hopefully. Stop there, so there we go, there's a wee preview of track 2. Who knows what order will go in on the album, that'll be decided later in the month, but that's the idea from this morning. So I think that's it for now. I'll maybe see tomorrow if I can figure out how I can get the chat up on the phone or something, so if anyone's got any questions I can try and answer them. Aye, that's it. Yeah. Alright, see you tomorrow. And again, now I have to go behind the camera to switch off. Solo project. See you later.